This demo shows you how to use Headlight's availability tool to help match the needs of a Magellan member to an available Headlight clinician. At a high level, this tool is designed to display real-time availability of our clinicians with the ability to drill down to match clients' needs and preferences. It is a version of the same tool our own intake specialist and care coordination teams at Headlight use to schedule appointments with our clinicians. First, you will access the custom URL we have created for you, partner.headlight.health/Magellan. This tool is web-based without the need to log in, so simply navigate to the page from your browser to get started. You will see a simple interface with 2 rows of fields. You'll notice asterisks next to fields in the top row indicating that they are mandatory to complete a search. You'll enter a client's state, which will automatically pull in the time zone. Let's enter California. You'll see that Pacific Standard Time populated in the time zone field. Then enter the client's age and their insurance carrier. The insurance field is customized to only show Magellan plans. For appointment purpose, select either therapy or medication management, and then select appointment type. As a referral partner, the vast, if not all, appointments will be intakes. For this example, let's enter therapy and intake. You now have entered the minimum amount of information to conduct a search. Simply click Search, and you will see a list of available appointments populate below. The second row of fields are optional and enable you to add additional search criteria to ensure the best match. If you were to jump to Specializations, you'll see quite a long list of options to choose. So it's best to first enter the specialty type, which will then narrow the options in the specializations drop-down accordingly. Use the importance field to indicate whether this criterion is mandatory or a preference. For this example, let's say that the client is looking for someone to treat anxiety, which is a requirement. Click Search, and you'll see the list narrow according to the criteria. Note that another row of fields pops up where you can enter additional criteria. Clicking the plus sign to the right of the second row will also add an additional row to this section. You can add as many of these rows as you'd like, of course keeping in mind that the more criteria that are entered, the less likely you are to find a 100% match. You'll see a hyperlink between the rows of fields labeled Show Additional Preferences. Clicking here exposes a third row of fields in between the 2 we discussed. Here you can search for a specific provider. You can also filter the list by provider's gender, license type, location, time frame, and/or time of day. This allows you to better ensure the list that populates below best matches the preferences and needs of the client. Again, click Search to update the results. You can clear all entered information and start from scratch at any time by clicking Reset Search. Now let's scroll down a bit to look at the results that populate. Along the left, you'll see how closely the result matches the criteria entered. Ideally, you'll find a 100% match for clients' needs and preferences, but sometimes you'll see results populate that are less than 100% depending on the complexity of the search criteria. The provider's name and gender populates, as well as a different line item for each upcoming appointment slot available. You'll see the type of appointment, the appointment time, in the provider's local time zone, whether it's in person or virtual, and the location. If you click anywhere within the row of the result, a panel will pop out from the right-hand side with additional information. Importantly, the very first item is the number we have provided for you to directly reach Headlight's intake team to schedule the appointment. The best practice is to transfer the client to us in a warm handoff, and we can get the appointment on the calendar before the client hangs up the phone. Beneath your phone number to Headlight, you'll see additional information about the provider, including their education, license type, and specializations they treat. So, this hopefully feels simple for you. Navigate to your custom URL. Enter the minimum required information in the top row. Add as many needs and preferences in the second row. And click Show Additional Preferences to enter clinician and/or appointment scheduling preferences. Click Search and browse the results. Click on any result to find the number to call for a warm handoff to schedule the visit, as well as additional information about the provider. One last note. Please provide us with feedback on how we can improve this tool. Over time, our IT team will add enhancements to ensure it is as useful for you as possible. If you have questions or would like additional information, please email Justin Garrett at headlight.health. Thank you.